So today is the day that we've packed up all of our things and we are going to drive a total of 17 hours north to Washington, and we will see how it goes. How do you feel?
I am so excited, but also kind of nervous, but mostly excited.
Hi, we're Yvonne and Jeremy. We got married last year, and we're now embarking on a new season of life.
So right after we got married in 2020, we fully expected to stay in the LA area for a few months and then ship out for Central Asia. That's actually where we really met and got to know each other, and we were really eager to spend time investing in young people there. That's what we were really passionate about. But as with many of you, 2020 and the pandemic struck and really changed a lot of our plans, and it had us thinking and rethinking in line with a lot of the different things that were happening in our lives, thinking about where we envisioned ourselves and where we saw our future.
So when Jeremy and I, when we dated, we're not in the same countries or same place when we were dating. We did long distance dating for a long time. So I'm kind of excited. I feel like this time going on this road trip is kind of like us kind of dating again, even though we've been married for over a year and a half now. But it's kind of exciting to just do something new and fun and kind of reset again.
When COVID struck, Yvonne and I were both working for the same nonprofit organization, but through the course of the pandemic, we started to see that what God had put on our hearts and made us really passionate about was different from the direction that the organization was going in. And so we made the really difficult decision to leave. That was really tough because for me, I'd spent close to 15 years at the organization, and Yvonne just a little bit less than that. But a lot of our lives and a lot of our time and a lot of what we did was invested in that organization. Through all of the human difficulties and all the challenges that have happened in 2020, something that's been really refreshing to us, something that's been food for our souls, that's revitalized us, is the ability to spend time out in nature, get to know God's creation. And that's part of why we're so excited to be embarking on this journey. But we don't have everything figured out, and so we're excited to go on this journey, but then also to share with you not just like sites or destinations, but the real story of, I think, what's happening in our lives and the honest truths, even though sometimes they might be difficult to confront.
But I feel like our trip this time is not really so much of a vacation, but it's just more of taking some time to ourselves, to enjoy nature, having our different reflections on life, and also finding healing in this process.
So other than exploring and seeing nature and just enjoying one another's company, something that I'm really looking forward to during this time of traveling is just having some solitude. I think our lives have been really busy with serving people and doing a lot of things, even during our dating, engagement, and early marriage season, that there honestly hasn't been a lot of time or enough time to really just be ourselves and understand who we are and who God has made us to be.
My hope going on this trip is just enjoying nature and just really connecting with God in that way, and just really understanding grace. That understanding has been just really lacking right now. Before, we think about our future, think about kids, think about other more adult things. Just seeing if living nomadically, living on the road could be a potential option, and seeing where that goes. So I'm pretty excited to see what kind of person I am, my different preferences, strong preferences, Jeremy's different preferences or strong preferences, and just in this process also getting to know each other more and also learning to love each other more. So I'm pretty excited for that.
So over the next few days, we're going to be spending about 17 hours driving north all the way to the state of Washington, where we'll be spending a few weeks at some of the national parks in the Washington area, and we're really, really looking forward to it.
So I feel like in the past, whenever we drove, I feel like a lot of our best conversations, even our decisions for the future, actually come out of those road trips and drives. So I'm pretty excited for this time, because not only are we going to go from LA to SF, but we're actually gonna go further to many more places, which requires way more driving. So I'm excited to see what comes out of those drives. And I'm sure along the way, I'll probably nap, he'll probably nap. Oh, actually, I can't nap in the car, so I am actually a big talker in the car. And Jeremy actually doesn't really talk while he drives. He listens to the news. I don't know who does that, but anyway, I think I'm gonna try to get him to talk to me a lot during this road trip. We just spent about a day in San Francisco at my parents' house. We got to enjoy some really good meals, picked up some last minute items, got my tires replaced, and now we're back on the road again.
Yeah, and we're going about 3.5 hours north to Redding, where we're gonna stop for the evening, and then a longer drive tomorrow during the day.
We're like not moving at all.
This is the reality of travel. Good morning, everyone. We stopped last night in Redding, California on a small little detour to Burney Falls State Park. Very well known. We debated whether or not we were gonna do it, but we ended up doing it. We left at around 7 o'clock in the morning, which is, I think, a record. We can see there's some of the haze from the Dixie Fire here, so the skies are not completely clear. And actually, it is a lot colder here than we expected. So we're here at the beginning of September, the beginning of Labor Day weekend, still considered part of the summer, and it is 40-some degrees, so we've brought out the big jackets.
The park just opened at 8 o'clock and it's around 8:30 right now. I think we're one of the first ones here.
I'm so excited. All right, let's go, Jeremy. Let's go down and look at it.
So it's warmed up a little bit since we got here. Probably just 1 or 2 more cars arrived since we went down. Of course, after I said that and put the camera away, 5 other cars pulled into the parking lot at 10 o'clock. So just keep that in mind. If you get here before 10 o'clock, you'll most likely have the place to yourself, but who knows after that. The hike to the base, it's not much of a hike. It's pretty paved and you do go down some steps, but it's 0.3 miles. And I think if your main goal is to see the falls and you have limited time, that's probably your best bet, just to head down and then head back up. So if you don't have that much time, just a hike down to the base is probably sufficient. And with that, we begin the 6-hour drive to Portland. So first impressions of Oregon, we pulled out about half an hour into Oregon and to get gas, and I was opening the door, getting ready to pump my gas, when suddenly the attendant goes, so what kind of gas do you want today? And I was like, oh, full service? And then he's like, oh yeah. And then I was like, okay. So I told him what I wanted, but yeah, it turns out all of Oregon is full service gas, and I exposed myself as the ignorant Californian that I am. But the good thing about it was that the gas is a good 50 to 70 cents cheaper than in California. Cheers.
Cheers.
So after driving hundreds of miles, we are safely in Portland, Oregon. We were here stopping for a little bit before we head up to our final destination, Washington. So we'll pick up the story in Portland when we do a video this coming Thursday. We're gonna drop a video on Thursday, so stay tuned.